Good morning. It's Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. It's almost 11 a.m. on the East Coast. This is Rob Sin at CEO Technician on X at Goldfinger on CEO.ca. And I'm at the Idaho Mining Conference in Boise, Idaho today. And you can see on my X account, also I post on CEO.ca, some tweets I made with some pictures from the conference. Hercules is here, Scout Discoveries is here, Perpetua is here, Hecla is here, Integra is here, Idaho Strategic is here, although they weren't at their booth when I visited yesterday. Everybody's here, right? Like Idaho is here. And I did a quick little accumulation of sound bites of people talking about why Idaho is a great state for mining. I basically put six attendees together in this video, just sort of like a reel. It's longer than a reel, but basically a reel of them just doing selfie videos talking about why the state of Idaho is great for mining. That was fun. A lot of people are scared to get on video. I understand, but six people said yes, and they're in the video. So yesterday morning, I was shocked when I saw this news release from Perpetua. So this is huge news. So last week, Perpetua announced that they broke ground on Stibnite Gold and Antimony Project. Obviously, that's a huge milestone for the state of Idaho, for Perpetua, for Stibnite. But now, on the heels of that, a week later, Perpetua announces they received 255 million US strategic equity investment from Agnico Eagle and JP Chase. So basically the best gold mining company in the world, AEM, and then arguably the best bank, tier one bank, investment bank, JP Morgan, right? It doesn't get much better than that. You can read into it. So JP Morgan puts in 75 million, Agnico Eagle does 180 million. They get some warrants that vest over 1, 2, and 3 year periods that can allow them to buy the stock at premium to the price they paid yesterday. Deal the closing price Friday, October 24th is the price they paid for Perpetual shares. Financing closes today, right? So it's like a super fast close. And Perpetua is fully funded. I think they're more than fully funded after this equity, infusion from Agnico and JP Morgan. And really what stands out to me, the investment from Agnico Eagle would be big by itself, but JP Morgan Chase investing in a junior mining company? Pinch me. I must be dreaming. Right? This is huge, but JP Morgan has this objective to invest in U.S. natural resources under this initiative that they announced. Now, it's a 10-year effort. It's not all 1.5 trillion. They're not all going to invest it. It's not all going to be invested this year, but 1.5 trillion? Wow. That's a lot of money. Obviously, it's not all going to mining. The mining sector is not big enough to absorb that much capital, but it's obviously portion of this is going into mining. They're starting with Perpetua, right? This is a big deal. I don't think we can overstate how important this news release is for the US, for hard rock mining, for critical minerals like antimony, tungsten, nickel, copper, and we could go on, rare earths, right? Thorium, all these metals that the US is woefully positioned to supply. The raw materials supply chain that's integral to the security of the nation needs to be invested in. It needs to be constructed. It needs to be nurtured. And JP Morgan is starting with Perpetua. Now, like Perpetua is the low-hanging fruit, obviously. Like they're fully permitted. They have a large resource, brownfield deposit with lots of expansion opportunity, and they broke ground on construction last week. So that's more advanced stage, but JP Morgan's going to have to go to earlier stage opportunities because there are not many perpetuas available to it, right? And look at the perpetua chart, just a thing of beauty. Look at that uptrend. This is a I want to say it's like a 2.7 billion market cap now. That is very impressive for a single asset junior. Not even a producer, single asset junior in the construction stage of the mining life cycle. 2.7 billion. Hecla, another Idaho miner. Look at that chart. That's also a very bullish chart above a rising 40-day moving average. Core mining. This is less of an Idaho miner these days than it was in the past, but it's still an Idaho miner. Very similar to Hecla. Now it's hugging that 40-day moving average, but it's a rising moving average, and looks like a bullish uptrend to me, if you ask me, right? So big news for the state of Idaho at the start of the annual Idaho Mining Association conference in Boise today. Vibes are good in Boise, strong turnout, and probably the biggest news this state's mining sector has received in history, maybe? Honestly, the last week, Perpetua breaks ground on construction at Stibnite, and then they receive an investment from Agnico Eagle and JPM Chase, totaling over $250 million. And check out my video asking attendees why Idaho is a great state for mining. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button, and feel free to share Goldfinger Capital with friends, family, and peers. Have a powerful trading week.